Hello everyone and welcome to my review for Chainsaw Man Chapter 99. You may be wondering why there's not a reaction for this week's chapter. Well, I recorded it, and then by the time I got to the last page of the chapter, I realized Viz was skipping every other page. Because I like to read in single page mode so I don't see the next page before I get to it. And Viz decided, oh, do you enjoy doing that? Well, I'm gonna ruin your day. They did this yesterday when I was reading Sakamoto as well. It's incredibly annoying. So that reaction was just incredibly scuffed and incoherent. So, might as well skip right to the review. Here we are now. If you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss any future Chainsaw Man uploads, and be sure to leave a like on the review. I'd like to try and hit at least 100 likes. Without any further ado, let's get right into this week's review. So first things first, we get a little bit more information on Mitaka's connection with war, and it's not... Whatever she is, she's pretty unique, because she's not exactly a hybrid, because a hybrid still has full control over their body, but they have a devil controlling their heart, or replaced their heart, giving them immortality. With a fiend, the person died, and the devil is possessing their dead body. In this case, Mitaka died, but was essentially revived by War, who is controlling like half of her body. She's controlling like half of her brain. So she's half Mitaka and half War. This seems like something completely unique that we haven't seen before. If I could come up with any kind of term for this, it would be like a demi-fiend or something, because it seems like she's closer to a fiend, but not entirely, which is very interesting. So War is just kind of able to take over her body whenever she wants, it seems. And whenever she does this, the scars appear on her face. So that's kind of her signature change, other than the eyes, when she gets taken over by War, which is really cool. And War wants to infiltrate Mitaka's school because one of the devils killed by Chainsaw Man was found holding a button for a uniform from their school, which means Chainsaw Man is attending their school incognito. No one knows that he's Chainsaw Man there. So this is the confirmation that Denji and Mitaka are going to the same school. He doesn't show up this chapter. I feel like we're kind of building up to eventually discovering who he is, and that'll be when Denji goes back to being the main character, I assume. So, unless we get hit with the usual Chainsaw Man pacing and he just shows up next chapter or something. I mean, next chapter is chapter 100, so you would expect it to be pretty significant. We'll see what happens with it. But I would say the most significant thing this chapter is that Yoshida is back. Yeah, the man, the octopus man. Everybody loves this guy. Even though he didn't really show up for that long or do that much, he was just really cool for the short amount of time that he was here. And since he was explicitly someone going to school, everyone was like, yeah, he's going to show up during part 2. It's not like there are very many other people left in part 1 to show up, so, safe to assume one of the few guys that survived International Assassins is going to show up during part 2. Lo and behold, here he is, attending this school, being cool as usual. War is trying to get information out of him, and it's just like, oh, would you like to be my boyfriend? And he's like, nah, I'll pass. He's a Chad. This guy is awesome. War wants to... War's view of other people is kind of interesting. Apparently, if he became her boyfriend, he would belong to her, and thus would be able to turn him into weapons? I'm not sure exactly how that works, because not like the teacher was hers, neither was the class president. Maybe it has something to do with intense emotional connections. The teacher wanted to fuck her, and the class president really wanted to murder her out of jealousy. Maybe that's the standards for belonging to war. I don't know. As part of War's plan for trying to find the Chainsaw Man, they decide to join the Devil Hunters Club, which is just very funny to me as a concept. Imagine you're at high school and there is a club dedicated to either going and tracking down violent criminals or going and attempting to kill rabid bears. And this was a club for first-year students at your high school, right? And this is part of the initiation, part of the tryouts for joining a school club as a minor is going out and killing an incredibly dangerous thing that will probably eviscerate you. What school board allowed this? Who the fuck allowed this club to exist? This is an insane concept. As just like an extracurricular activity at a school. Oh yeah, we're going devil hunting. Okay. I suppose this is the Chainsaw Man society for you. We really do live in a chainsaw society. Naturally, Yoshida is also in this club, and he gets paired up with Mitaka and some other girl who looks vaguely similar to some random Part 1 characters. I have no idea if this girl is going to be fodder or if she's going to secretly be a huge badass. There's usually not much of an in-between. Actually, no, never mind. No, you can be around for a little bit and then get totally fodderized later. So who knows? I don't know. Fujimoto likes to keep us on our toes, so I don't really know what's going to happen with this girl. But, Yoshida being here is good, both, for the characters and for us, because Yoshida's pretty goddamn strong, and also Yoshida's really cool, and everyone really likes him, so him showing up for more than just a cameo is really good. I'm glad that it seems like he's actually going to be kind of in the spotlight, at least for a little bit. He's going to be significant. I know a lot of people were like, hey, Yoshida's probably going to become part of our, main cast for Part 2. Because he's going to school, it's the school arc, and there's not really many other people left from Part 1 to be main characters, so, who knows? I'm looking forward to what's going to happen. I imagine it's very possible that they're going to run into a really strong devil, and maybe Mitaka turns into War, so then Yoshida's like, oh, War, because he seemed to have some interest in the scars. It may have just been because they kind of just showed up while he was talking to her, or it's because he recognizes some significance to them. Who knows? We don't really know if there's any significance to them. It just kind of seemed like it was the scars from getting attacked. But the fact that War keeps them when they take over is a bit interesting. It's also possible that they'll run into Denji while going and hunting devils. Who knows? We're just going to have to wait and find out. Once again, next week's chapter is pretty significant. It's the big 100. We're finally hitting triple digits. Took a really long time because we ended Part 1 right before hitting 100 chapters. But yeah, I'm wondering, is this going to be a big significant chapter? Because, sometimes when you hit a big milestone, they do something important in the chapter. Or is it just going to be like a normal insane Chainsaw Man chapter? What do you guys think? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. But with that, I'd say that's pretty much all for this week's review. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I do Chainsaw Man chapter reactions and reviews every week. Once again, sorry for not having the reaction out. Viz is annoying. If you enjoyed discussing Chainsaw Man with other people, or if you just enjoy the content I produce on this channel, I highly suggest you check out my Discord server. I have a link to that down in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. Take care.